All right, people, it is time for a Talking Texans, baby. Time for a Talking Texans. Game not even over. So I'm just going to do this start this video and get this shit over with because the Texans fucked this game off. And I'm going to tell you right up front, we need a new offensive coordinator. Bobby Slowick, get the fuck out. He needs to get the fuck out. Fire him mid-season. Don't even wait. I don't give a fuck. Get his ass out of here. Get him out. The dude sucks ass. You know what I'm saying? The dude sucks ass. He probably got a decent offense somewhere in this little playbook or whatnot, but his play calling is dookie, man. And I'm sitting there watching it. You know, you expect they're on the road, they missing their receivers and all this other shit. I didn't see what that was a goddamn factor in this shit. It was the same goddamn thing. It was the same shit. Don't wait to try to move the ball downfield until obvious ass fucking passing situations. And you got motherfuckers bum rushing your goddamn quarterback. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking duh. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Dude. What, I mean, it's just, what is the head coach doing? You know what I'm saying? What is the actual head coach doing? I mean, I want to, you know, there's been a bunch of people talking shit up about not seeing Ryan. I mean, it's when he ran that stupid ass halfback pass bullshit, whatever the fuck that was, that started the whole game going downhill faster than it was already going. Killed whatever momentum we was gonna have. You gonna give up a play to have CJ Stroud run out there and run a route with his slow ass? Man, get the fuck out of here. What they trying to do? Let me see. They can't even they can't even complete the goddamn pass. You know, in the middle of the Texans are ass right now. It's just I don't know what the fuck it is. You could blame it on not having the receivers, but I'm sitting here watching this goddamn game. I'm like, I don't see where the receivers had an opportunity to do shit. You know what I'm saying? They ran the ball pretty goddamn good, but I didn't see where the receivers had the opportunity to do any goddamn thing. Other than the few plays that Tank Dell got, and that was it. And what they doing there? End of the game. They still can't pass the ball goddamn downfield in trash time. It's fucking fourth down. They still got one more play. I mean, they down by 11 right now. They playing for pride. They got a first down. Shit, man, these. Yeah, there you go. Onside kick. They not fit. They ain't none of that shit for the fucking work. Ain't none of it for the fucking work. So anyway, they done lost this game. The game's still going on, but they done fucking lost. And I'm ticked off because I'm sleepy. And I done sat and watched this goddamn game. And I watched the Jets be who I thought the Jets were going to be while everybody else was trying to write the game off. You know, where everybody was wondering why, hey, the Texans are underdog. Why the Texans are underdog? Why the Texans are underdog? There you go, right there. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that they was pointing to ain't really why. You know, our offensive coordinator is ass, man. It's dookie. Then we had our fucking, what's his name? Will Anderson went out. Ankle injury or some shit. Pass rush just stopped. What the fuck good is Danielle Hunter? I mean, if one motherfucker is off, and then you missing that one motherfucker. You still supposed to have a dog on the other side, but you can't get no. Everybody got one dog on each side. That's generally how it go in the NFL. We got two, supposedly. Will Anderson go down, and all of a sudden our pass. He started just. Rodgers just started looking like Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Rodgers started looking like Rodgers, which is what I was expecting. I was like, okay, y'all can bring your little pressure or whatnot, but if y'all start bringing the pressure, I mean, he gonna find the holes, and that's exactly what he did in the second half. You know what I'm saying? He ate their ass up. Robert Wood, get the fuck out of here. And it's what I expected. The Jets that I saw in the second half of this game was the Jets I expected for them to play. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect for them to lose, which they shouldn't have. But this is a coaching thing we got going on here. It is. We got a boom because Kenyon Green got hurt. So he was out the game. You didn't have to hear nobody. You didn't have to see that whole blowing up. And it was the same thing. Kenyon Green was in the game and he got hurt on a fucking block that he was not successful in making. And CJ Stroud actually fell on him and fucked his shoulder up. Get the fuck out. You know, at this point, get the fuck out, dude. You've been a liability for too long. The football guards made a goddamn choice for you. Get your ass out. Now they got an excuse not to put him back in there because I don't think they had any issues from that left guard spot the rest of the goddamn game. They just stretching out the goddamn game for no goddamn reason at this point. And I'm just, okay. Run the ball. Mixon got his 100 yards. But, oh shit. Half the distance to go. I mean, they tried to put some points on board, but they ain't. Anyway, Mixon got his shit as expected. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, we need to run the ball. You do that shit, but you can't pass the ball down the goddamn field because they won't. They won't. You mean to tell me out of these receivers we got, can't nobody get open? Nobody get open. You get CJ Stroud. They do what I was telling them to do this whole goddamn season. Get him out the fucking pocket. Move the pocket. Get him out in the open. Ain't nobody open. What they doing? Get the fuck out. You know, can't nobody get open. As far as what I can see on the TV. I'm not out there watching the game from the fucking booths and shit where I can see every goddamn thing. But can't nobody get open? Nobody? You know what I'm saying? CJ Stroud in the pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ball is still in his goddamn hands. And a lot of times then when he finally get to throw it, the ball is just gone somewhere. Ain't nobody open. Really? What are these fuckers on the team for? You know, motherfuckers is backups for a reason, but goddamn, if you can't get open at all, how the fuck you even make the goddamn team? If you can't get open at all, what the fuck? I mean, how do you even get drafted if you can't get open at all? I got a juicy mouth. If you can't get open at all, get the fuck out of here, man. And you run it's like bam, they run mixing, and you wait till third down and long before you want to pass the goddamn ball, and it's just like How the fuck you get sacked at this point in the game, dude? How the fuck you get sacked at this point? What the fuck are you doing with the ball on the goal line and you get... This is my whole point. I don't know. The game was over at the 2-minute warning. I started this goddamn video and the game is still going on. What the fuck did they do? They can't block work shit. The offensive line is suspect at best at this point. They just are. I don't know. And that gotta be a fucking coaching thing right there. It gotta be. That's just they finna kick a fucking field goal because Fairbairn already missed 2 field goals tonight. I'm just write that shit off. You know what I'm saying? 21-13. It's just, oh, they got all the way down on the goal line, couldn't even score a goddamn touchdown at the end of the game in trash time. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Slowick gotta go. He gotta go. You know what I'm saying? At the end, I don't know what the fuck D'Amico Ryans and his coaching staff sit and talk about during the during the week or whatnot. Man, you should be digging in that motherfucking ass. Cause I know D'Amico ain't calling plays. He's sitting over there with his arm crossed, doing whatever it is he do on the goddamn sideline. And you down there in the fucking red zone and you see them run a goddamn halfback pass to the quarterback. What? You know it ain't gonna be no public displays, but I mean he should have that dude Jack. He should have Bobby Slowick ass up off his feet up against the fucking wall. The fuck are you doing to my goddamn team? That's what the fuck should happen. I couldn't be a coach. I'm gonna tell you right now. I couldn't really do shit that gave me any amount of authority at all. I couldn't, because I would either not give a fuck and everybody would do what the fuck they want, or it'd be I rule with an iron fist, and I would be arrested for some kind of goddamn assault on somebody. I would. Because that is some goddamn bullshit. If I was the head coach on the sideline and I'm sitting there and I'm watching my team operate, and next thing you know, fucking Mixon is in the shotgun and what's his name is out, lined up wide out. I'm like, no, the fuck you. For timeout. I call a timeout, kill that shit. Motherfucker, you run one more goddamn play like that, see what your ass be out the fucking door before we get back to Houston. You know what I'm saying? See what your ass be out the fucking door before we get back to Houston. You run some bullshit like that again. Even as a player, I'm like, player prerogative. No, I'm not. If I was CJ Stroud and he sit that play in there, I would not run, especially if I was the goddamn primary receiver on the goddamn halfback pass. We in the game, we trying to win. This motherfucker pull out some shit like that. Player prerogative, baby. Nah, we running this shit right here. We not doing that. Whatever the fuck you think you fit to do to try to punish me after the game or whatever the fuck, you can do that shit. But we not running this goddamn play. You know what I'm saying? Player fucking prerogative. Fuck you, Slowick. We not doing none of that shit. And they had I was watching what's that Locker and Landry, whatever the fuck I was watching. They had some goddamn poll about when was Slowick gonna pull some bullshit out his ass like this. How many, when at the game is he gonna pull some shit? I'm sitting like here. I'm like, that dude ain't about to pull he ain't about to do no shit like that in the game where they already short on players and they trying. Look at this fool. Look at this fool. And you go up here and you lose against a goddamn team that was on a 5 goddamn game losing streak. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Short-handed or not. Come on. Which, I mean, if you actually look at the team, yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you actually look at the team, you're like, well, on paper, You know, if you just looking at the names on paper, I'm like, hey, shit. But still, the mistakes, that shit is on the Texans, man. God damn. The fuck are you doing? They play like this. I don't give a damn who you got. Nico can't fix this. You know what I'm saying? Nico can't fix this. We get one player back. No matter how much goddamn rest you get, when we play Detroit, we finna lose by goddamn 75 points. You know, we finna lose by 75. Well, no, we not. We gonna lose by 30. It could be another goddamn Minnesota game. Our defense been doing okay. Not in this game. That fucking Lassiter got burnt. This motherfucker here got burnt on a goddamn fake move like that. This motherfucker, And I'm noticing that about the goddamn. I'm gonna have to start watching other football games and see how many other people, defensive backs, end up on a fucking ground. You know what I'm saying? Devontae Adams come off the ball. This motherfucker. You're supposed to be top pick, baby. You're supposed to be top goddamn pick. This motherfucker come off. Don't everybody do that coming off the ball? You stuttering like a motherfucker just hit you on your goddamn knee with a bat. On crucial ass fucking third down. The only thing he had to do was stop him. Stay in front of him. And then gave up a fucking touch, that one-handed goddamn catch to fucking Garrett Wilson. Which I'm like, okay. First of all, it's in the back of the end zone. This man jump up, one hand catch a ball, and then he land with his goddamn leg on the inside. So that's a fucking catch. But I'm like, okay, that's fine. He in the back of the end zone. Why is he in between you and the ball? You know, why is he you in the back, you the DB. You the goddamn defensive back. Why the fuck is he in between you and the ball? You already on the left side. So it ain't no running across, no kind of shit like that. No, motherfucker. How are you behind him in that scenario? You supposed to be in between him and the fucking ball. How did that happen? You know, I'm just like, and then to seal the game, fucking Jalen fucking Petrie just got burnt by Devontae Adams. Just ridiculous. Was never in the goddamn play. This man just burnt you right off the goddamn line of scrimmage. You might as well just put a 50-something on your game. You take that 5 and put a goddamn 0 on it and just be a fucking linebacker. You don't need to have DB safety in your name at fucking all if you getting burnt by receivers like that. You know what I'm saying? Just wear number 50. You know what I'm saying? Stay your ass up on the goddamn line of scrimmage. You don't need to be covering nobody. You don't. This man got burnt right off the line of scrimmage just like fucking Lassiter did. Just like, man, I know Adams is good, but goddamn. You know what I'm saying? He ain't supposed to be that goddamn good. Just, It's ridiculous, man. To see the bullshit. It's almost as worse as dude dropping the ball before he got in the end zone. That was the stupidest shit I done seen. Motherfuckers is so interested in celebrating today. This fucker dropped the goddamn ball before he even got in the end zone. And the Texans couldn't even capitalize on that shit. Gave you the fucking ball. You know, Texas couldn't capitalize on the fucking penalty from kicking the fucking snapper in the fucking head. You know what I'm saying? They down there in the goddamn red zone. Can't move the fucking ball at all. Can't move the ball at all. You get a ball, just put right up the middle with fucking right up the middle with that. You know that shit only works. It don't work when you do it all the time. Give a damn who running the fucking ball. You can have Earl Campbell back there. You keep running the ball up the middle, he gonna get stuffed in the goddamn background. I mean, in the backfield. It happens to fucking Derrick Henry all the goddamn time. That's actually how you fucking stop him. You know what I'm saying? Give him the goddamn ball. I mean, if you let him get past the line of scrimmage, they don't. Okay, that's your ass. But goddamn, this motherfucker here keep running the ball right up fucking middle. Just look like the same goddamn play until they stop it 2 times in a row for a loss. Oh, we need to do something else. Nigga, you should have did something else 2 plays ago. 2 goddamn plays ago, you supposed to have been doing something else. You know? And I'm sitting here thinking, well, the receivers can't get open. I can't tell from looking at it on TV, but I'm just like, they must not be able to get open. Because I'm trying to think, well, I ain't seeing no receivers hardly getting no targets. You know what I'm saying? Who's getting targeted? Who's getting targeted? It's just I'm not seeing it in the passes I do see, all little dinky dunk shit. Everybody else we play can get moved the ball down the field, but the Texans can't do it. But once a goddamn game. You know, we got Dale on like a 50-yard pass or some shit like that. How many times did he run that play? Or a play like it? You can't be running the same shit over and over again. But I mean, like something similar, flip it, something. When was that done? Because it's been a whole bunch of times out there where CJ had time, and CJ should have had that fucking first down. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I think they got it on the next play, but you know, whatever. He ain't no run over a motherfucking type of run. But dude, you got on pads and a helmet. You know what I'm saying? You got on pads and a helmet. Don't be, you know, you run to the sidelines or whatnot, but shit, when you right there at the fucking, you gotta put your head down, baby. Quarterback or not. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback or not, you gotta put your head down. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And don't put your head down talking about, no shit. No, you gotta put your fucking head down like you don't want motherfucker to hit your ass. It's a lot different. I'm gonna tell you, if you cowering up when you go down to get hit, you're getting hit. There's a secret to this shit. It's a reason why people like Joe Mixon and shit go out there and room and hit motherfuckers. It's not the same when the contact is there, but it ain't the same when you delivering it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same when you delivering the blow. If you delivering the goddamn blow, then you know it feel a little bit different than getting hit. You know, like I say, you got the contact, but you got to deliver the blow, at least a little bit of it. If you trying to brace for it, you steady getting hit. You got to make and I ain't trying to turn Stroud into some fucking running ass quarterback or some shit like that, because he did take some initiative in this game to actually be like, shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he got to do that more. He do. Without getting hit. You know what I'm saying? Where you just run the fuck out of bounds. But when you right there at the fucking, goddamn, at the chains, when you right there, inches, like literally inches, motherfucker, you gotta fall forward on that one. You do. You gotta fall forward on that one. And the rest of them goddamn linemen and shit out there, I don't know what to say about them. I can't say shit, cause I don't know how difficult it is to block. I was on the offensive line way back in the day, but you know that was like in high school and shit. In my 9th grade year, I was an offensive guard. I was an offensive guard in high school, and I had to get away from that shit because it don't make no sense for me to be a offensive right guard. I was a right guard, 6'3", 250 pounds in the 9th grade. Ran a 4.5 40. Why the fuck am I on the offensive line? Like literally, I ran a 4.5. I was 6'3", 250 pounds in the 9th grade. I ran a 4.5 40. I'm playing fucking right guard. In 9th grade. At the 9th grade level, which is not fuck. I tell you that shit, it's not fair. Somebody that size, my size at the time, and that fast, and had the strength I had at the time, was not fucking fair playing on the 9th grade team. It is not. But that was a football school, so I mean, you know, all the varsity boys and shit like that were like bigger than me. But anyway, I ended up going to another school and playing running back and then tight end. So, but I pass blocking. I played semi-pro for a while, and I was on the offensive line because that's just one of them things. You play, anybody that plays semi-pro ball know it is offensive linemen are a delicacy. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing, I'm a tight end. And I think I had a bad knee at one point, so I had messed up the meniscus in one of my goddamn knees, and I couldn't run or no shit, but I can move around in the little space. So I think I played guard then too. Again, the shit wasn't fair. 250, 260 pound dude playing against semi-pro defensive linemen. It's not fair. It's not fair. I can't take credit for pancaking motherfuckers every play when they 180 goddamn pounds. If you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big ass dude, and I'm pancaking little motherfuckers that just want to play football on the weekends. It's just, that's not what they doing out there. You know what I'm saying? So I can't relate my experience to them, but I was on the offensive goddamn line, and I didn't have to deal with all them weird ass stunts and having to make sure, the motherfucker that's in front of me basically just stand in front of him, and and I'm not built like an offensive lineman. I'm still built like I was then. I'm fucking 6'3", and I'm kind of long. I'm built like a fucking receiver. So just imagine a long, lanky motherfucker playing goddamn, playing on offensive line. Just like, yeah, I don't have the leverage for that type of shit right off the top. I really don't. But I'm also not out there blocking 300-pound motherfuckers and shit, or blocking somebody that's probably stronger than you are and faster and a little bit smaller, which give them a low center of gravity. That's how those edge rushers are. You got the big ass tackles out there, but those big ass tackles got to go up against some of those defensive ends that are just as strong as they are, if not stronger, more agile. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you got to try to block that shit. No. I don't know how difficult it is. But I can look at the screen and tell you that a lot of shit I see shouldn't be going on. Girl, motherfuckers just be running by motherfuckers. I'm just like, it was one play where, I think that was a play where CJ fumbled a ball. Dude got back there and end up knocking the ball out of fucking CJ hand and shit like that. But I'm just like, I mean, the tackle or the guard, whoever the fuck had drove the man behind the goddamn quarterback. I mean, you can't do no more than that. And he had to step up in the pocket, but he ended up losing the goddamn ball. I be trying to find ways to justify shit. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you see some stuff, they'll show you a replay, and it's just like, you can't justify that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't justify that. That was just a fucked up ass block or a non-block or some shit like that. It's just whatever. Or when they do block, or when CJ do manage to get time if he get out the goddamn pocket. But there's nothing downfield. There was no downfield threats at all. At all. And you could say what you want about Nico, but I mean, he get a bunch of yards and shit like that. But he's not. He's a catch and run guy. You know what I'm saying? And not a breakaway catch and run guy either. Now I ain't saying he ain't got no speed and no shit like that. But he's kind of a little bit past Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson is just a straight up possession receiver. He went for the breakaway, run away from nobody and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He was a possession receiver. You know, even when he did get out in the open field, start running, I'm like, damn, he ain't running all that fast. It's just like Emmitt Smith. But he's a little bit past that to where, okay, boom, he can get past a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He got that build to him, just, you know, get that stride, get that speed going. You be like, oh shit, this motherfucker fast. No, you know, that type of shit. They don't use him as a jump ball guy. That's not in their offense. You know what I'm saying? It's not in their offense. And the guys they got now, I guess they all short. Except for Hutchinson's supposed to be like 6'2". Everybody else looked fucking tiny out there. Bunch of little fucking midgets running around. You got Mechie and Dale and Woods. I don't know what Woods don't look like he all they goddamn tall himself. I mean, you kind of need that, dude. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna and man, this right here tells you it's gonna be the backup receivers we got. Because I said I had faith in the receivers that we had, but I still do. I don't have faith in the offensive coordinator to get those dudes involved in the game. You know what I'm saying? This was their opportunity to get there. That's what they've been talking about all this little short week. But this is an opportunity for Hutch and Mechie to get in, you know, get their reps in, prove they can fucking play. Get them in the goddamn game and proceed not to use them at all. They might have been on the field, but I ain't hardly see them get targeted at all. You know what I'm saying? Not enough to matter. Because it wasn't out in no downfield action going. At the minimum, it was just nothing. Everybody else we played, motherfuckers downfield. That's why we get all them big plays on our ass. We got all those big plays ran on our ass, and we don't even come close to doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't even come close to doing that shit. We have nobody to even threaten it. You know what I'm saying? To even threaten the shit. We gonna run the goddamn ball up the fucking middle. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, he might decide to run something off tackle or run a toss or something. And people was complaining about that toss play that they ran last week. And I was like, you know what? That's the play I've been wanting them to run. Now, when you run a toss play, it ain't supposed to be a goddamn defensive lineman back there waiting on the goddamn toss along with the running back. So that part you got to fix. That play call wasn't bad. You want to get, I mean, especially if you got short yardage, give your running back an angle. You know what I'm saying? Give him an angle to fight for the yard instead of right at a bunch of motherfuckers where he got to run up his own guys' asses and through some other guys' asses to try to get the shit. Because everybody already know you about to try to run the ball right up the middle. Run it to the sideline and run it right off tackle. Give yourself some kind of, at least a little angle for them to fight for a yard. You know. Will they do that? I mean, every so often, but like I said, slow the motherfucker that's going to keep running the ball right up the goddamn middle. You know, halfback dive, halfback dive, halfback dive. Just, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it might be some intricacies in there that I don't see. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it is. Some intricacies in those plays that I don't see. But all I see is when I'm watching the game is a motherfucker get the ball and running right up the goddamn middle. And a lot of times for no goddamn yard. And I'm not faulting the, well, of course I'm not going to fault the yards that he get. But it's too goddamn often. It's too often. There's no balance in the shit. You either all pass or all run. All pass or all run. You start off the game, didn't run shit. You just threw the goddamn ball. That didn't do you no goddamn good. You know? And then you start running the ball. You get some yards. Oh, we running their ass. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they done stopped it 2 times in the goddamn row for negative yards. So, yeah. After the first time, you know, on second down, you probably should have backed it up and try to move the ball another goddamn way instead of running it right back up the goddamn middle. Just we ain't to that point yet. I don't know what the fuck you think about your offensive line. This ain't the fucking Hogs from way back in the fucking 80s with the goddamn Redskins or some shit like that. No, motherfucker. You gotta pick your goddamn battles a little bit better than what you've been doing. He need to have his ass chewed the fuck out. I'm not even gonna blame this on the players, baby. I'm not. I'm blaming this shit on the coaches. The defensive coaches, well, you know, I'm pretty sure the defensive coaches did their goddamn job because the 3 plays that stick in my mind that were fucked up all look like player mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Petrie just got burnt, and Lassiter got burnt twice. You know what I'm saying? Just being out of position in the goddamn end zone for a fucking circus goddamn catch. It's just, I mean, you don't expect for motherfuckers to make plays like that, but you are not supposed to be behind the receiver in that scenario. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be behind the receiver in that scenario. It just you were out of position. That's on you. You got a circus catch made on you. You deserve that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get. A goddamn circus catch on you. Now every time, now you gonna look stupid because they gonna be playing that goddamn catch over and over again for the next 10 goddamn years, like they did the Odell Beckham catch, because they played that shit again. Remember this catch that was like that? At least he was kind of by himself. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have a motherfucker just. Was he actually covered up on that? I don't know. Anyway, but the offensive coaches they got some work to do. D'Amico Ryans might have to look at getting a new offensive regime put in there, baby. You know, you don't want to have to go through installing a whole new goddamn system. You know what I'm saying? That will be my deterrent factor in that. You gotta go through and install a whole new guy. That means everybody got to go and relearn some new shit. You know what I'm saying? When they in a system that they've been familiar with, you know, for over a year at this point. But the motherfucker that's operating the system ain't operating it right. The motherfucker that's calling the plays ain't operating right. So if that motherfucker got to go, the whole goddamn system got to go. Or can you bring in a motherfucker and be like, okay, we gonna steal his goddamn system. This is what our players already know. We need you to come in as a play caller and not do dumb shit. Can you do that? Can you do that for us? Can you not run halfback passes in the red zone when we trying to win games? That's some shit you run when you up, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you winning. Not when you in a fucking game. You run that type of shit when you winning. You don't run that type of shit when you like it's. I would have rather seen the goddamn reverse. Like, really. I don't think we seen a reverse this game. This was worse than a reverse. This was actually fucking worse. We don't need Joe Mixon back there throwing passes, which is actually, if you just look at the placement of it, I'm like, hey. I mean, if you just look at the placement of the ball, I mean, it wasn't a bad pass, but that's not a play you run. And everybody looks stupid throwing a goddamn pass that ain't a quarterback. Even people that used to be quarterbacks, you have receivers and running backs and shit sometimes. But he was a quarterback in high school, or he was a quarterback in college, and they get the ball, and even they still look stupid when they throw the ball. They go, eh. It always look awkward. It don't never just look like it always look weird. I'm like, why you throw like that? Wasn't you a quarterback at one point? Well, I guess that's why you not one now, motherfucker. Some people just know they can save hundreds. But I mean, as far as placement, ball placement for that pass, it's just like, hey, that wasn't all that bad. If it was an actual receiver out there, that might have worked. You know what I'm saying? If you run CJ out to another side, but then again, I think CJ had a linebacker or something on him. Now you run that shit and there was one of them corners out there, that ball get intercepted, then you look stupid. Which, I mean, the way everything turned out, it would have been the same anyway, because they didn't get nothing out of that whole little shit that had going on down there. They didn't get nothing out of it. Nothing. At all. That killed our momentum. Right there. That stupid ass play. Skirt! Whatever we was gonna do for the rest of the game stopped right there. You know what I'm saying? I think we ended up getting the field goal. Boop, kick the field goal. They kicked the goddamn long snapper in the fucking head. Some shit that you would be like, damn, when the fuck the last time that shit happened? And boom, you got a fresh set of downs way down there, half the distance to the goal line. You know you right there when they say half the distance. So, took the 3 points off the board. Now you can go for a goddamn touchdown. And I don't know what the fuck. I think they ran the ball twice up the fucking middle. It just... No shots in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? None. I think they took a shot in the end zone on third fucking down. 2 runs up the middle that, which was already prepared for, because they already know if you're going to run the ball, that's where it's fucking going. Slowick. I don't know why you hadn't figured that out yet. And then you got one play to go for the fucking end zone. Well, if you ain't got your number one receivers out there, don't you would think that you would need a couple of attempts to shoot for the end zone? You know what I'm saying? At least a couple. It ain't like you was using your tight ends or no shit like that worth anything. Because wasn't nobody doing nothing. Everybody had a bad game on the offense except for fucking Mixon. Again. Everybody had a fucking bad game. Receivers did have bad games because they not getting targeted, or the passes that they get weren't catchable, or whatever the fuck it is. Or you only get 1 or 2 catches for like 4 fucking yards or some shit. That's on the offensive coordinator, man. That's on the motherfucker calling the goddamn plays. You got motherfuckers sitting up there in the goddamn booth looking at shit. They got papers and pictures and all kind of shit, talking down to the people on the fucking sideline, and that's all y'all can come up with is dumb shit. All you can come up with is dumb shit. Dumb, stupid shit. The shit that I'm seeing on the field is dumber than the shit I see in comment sections when I'm online looking at shit from the fans. And they say some stupid shit. They do. They say the dumbest, stupidest, most retarded shit. They do. The Texas football fans that I see on the Texans page on Facebook is fucking ridiculous. Bunch of fucking morons in there. And I make sure to actually post that in there. There's a bunch of y'all, a bunch of morons. Y'all, a bunch of y'all stupid. I don't give a damn. I post that shit in there. And because they say, and then you go on the field. I mean, you watch the game. Worse than the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, even the fans wouldn't do this shit. The fans are like, nah, dude, what the fuck are you doing? The stupid fans are looking at your stupid offensive coordinator like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Just think about it. When we had those two receivers, when we had Diggs and when we had Nico, how many slant routes have you seen? You know what I'm saying? How many? How many slant routes have you seen? I've seen quite a bit of them when those two was in the game together and shit like that. You mean to tell me that the receivers that you got on your team right now, all 4 or 5 of them fuckers, ain't none of them can run a fucking slant route? None of them? Or you just can't call a fucking slant route? You know, it's just... Or you just don't believe that them motherfuckers could execute the play. Well, you never fucking know if you don't call it. You know? I don't know. Like I said, I watch the game on TV. It's only so much I can fucking see. Usually all I can see is the goddamn pocket closing in. See the pocket closing in. Oh, fucking, what's his name? Sitting there like a goddamn statue. Get him out the goddamn pocket. They start doing that. Well, shit, I can't complain. They start moving them out the goddamn pocket. Ain't nobody open downfield. Fucking why? If you got a sprint out or a bootleg, why ain't nobody open downfield? Offensive coordinator. That's the play caller. That's the whoever done drew up them goddamn plays is they fucking fault. It's their fault. Because you know what? When other people do it to us, it fucking work, and we got a good goddamn defense. And the shit works on us. So why the fuck can't we do it on other people? Just, I don't get it. This has been a Texans thing since a long time ago. I'm like, I mean a long time ago where I'm like, why don't I see the Texans do what other people do to us? Like, you in the game, you see the shit, you be like, oh, that's what they doing? Let me write some of this shit down so I can do it my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? So I can do it my goddamn self. Take some goddamn notes. This shit works. They burnt our ass with it. Let me take some notes. And then maybe I can use it in the next game or later on in this game. You know, kill them with their own goddamn poison. No. We not finna do none of that shit. We finna run whatever the fuck we running to where ain't nobody we gonna get by 15 yards running the goddamn ball until the defense be like, okay, y'all done had enough of that shit. And then you gonna wait till 3rd down to pass the ball when everybody and their mama know you finna pass the ball. So all the goddamn pressure come. All the pressure coming now. Because you fucking 3rd and long. And ain't nobody else in the backfield because you got Umbu fucking Wally back there. Not giving him the goddamn ball. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's that. You put him back there, he not getting the goddamn ball. He not. Unless you see Mixon walk off the field gassed. If he come in there, it's a fucking passing down. You ain't got you generally don't have to worry about them giving him the ball. It's not a threat for the pass the ball. Okay, send everybody. Receivers are not going to get open. You know what I'm saying? Receivers are not going to get open, and the pocket is going to collapse so fast that CJ won't be able to react to it. All he gonna be able to do is just stand there, and because you got to think, watch how many. You see how many times he spin out. He was spinning out of sacks that wasn't even there. You know that little whoop? They do that little spin turnaround thing. I'm just like, dude, wasn't even anybody there. What the fuck? Like, I mean, he did that shit at least twice. I saw. I wasn't even nobody there. But spin out a sack for some pressure that wasn't even fucking there. That's how bad it is. I'm like, you actually had time. And then it was one play to where he ran into the sack. And I'm like, I wanted to get mad at him, but I couldn't. I couldn't because the tackle had took the defensive end around the outside. And you know how the quarterback, he feel pressure. So he tried to boot out like that and end up going into the goddamn defensive end where the tackle was blocking the dude. I mean, you ran into the fucking, but I'm like, dude, eyes is that weight. You know what I'm saying? The tackle done blocked the man all the way back here. Dude feel pressure coming, so he trying to bloop. But at the same time, CJ's eyes are up the fucking field for the most part. So he wouldn't see that. So I was just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get mad, like, dude, what the fuck you doing? Dude, he can't see out his fucking ear hole. You know what I'm saying? I be like, for real, he can't see out his fucking ear hole, so, yeah, you know, whatever. But some people can. This is some people get that, whoop, they just, the sixth sense. I'm like, motherfucker, how did you even see that? You know, some of them do that. They'll dip a sack and spin out a goddamn sack, and they head wouldn't even look in that way. How the fuck you got what, Daredevil hearing, motherfucker? You got radar vision. You can, that shit would come in handy, boy. If you had like radar and you could just feel motherfuckers around you like that, like being able to see in 360 almost. You can hear how close a motherfucker is to you to the point where you just like, no, nigga, I know you that. Some people got, I think some of those people got that shit. You know, CJ don't, because he'd be surrounded by like 10 people. You got 10 offensive linemen and 10 defensive linemen all around him. Dude can't run this way or that way. All he can do is just like, he gets swallowed up. It's fucking ridiculous when you see it. And I'm just like, not to be all doom and gloom and shit like that, but the problem I'm seeing is fairly obvious. You know, and you can't blame Kenyon Green no more. You can't go around blaming Kenyon Green for shit no more. He hurt, wasn't even playing. So, and I think they had Kendrick Green in there. I think he was doing fine, I guess. You know, there's only so much you can see on TV looking at the offensive line. You don't even know who the fuck in there. Till one time I looked, it was Blake Fisher in, and I didn't know that until they said it. Was like, oh, Blake Fisher in there. I'm like, goddamn tackle, what the fuck is he doing in there? But anyway, you know, they gonna have to sort that shit out at some point. But I don't think Kenyon Green getting in there. Oh, I think Kenyon Green getting back in there no time soon. Depending on what this shoulder does, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, motherfuckers be out for a while. And I think if he even got any inkling of an injury, they should have put him on IR. They gonna be like, yeah, you IR. We IR. You just gonna be out of here for 4 weeks, motherfucker. They're going to call up some other lineman or some shit like that. Just to be able to say that they ain't got to deal with that no more, because that's what they've been asking questions about for the last however many goddamn weeks, is about Kenyon Green. Now he not in there no more. He got hurt. That's the favor for everybody. He not in the game no more. He got benched last week, but the dude that replaced him got fucking hurt. They had to put him back in. Now he hurt. Now he out. Put somebody else in there. The goddamn offensive line look fucked up. You can blame somebody else. At least it won't be Kenyon Green at this point. What the fuck else is the goddamn problem? And I'm going to always say it's the offensive coordinator, because I've been saying that all this goddamn year, even with the games they've won. Play calling is suspect. Play calling is suspect. Can anybody call a perfect goddamn game? Somebody can. I'm pretty sure somebody has. But the shit ain't glaring like it is with Bobby Sloyd, because the same way everybody saw that there was a big ass gaping problem right there in the fucking left guard spot, everybody can see that there's a big ass gaping problem with the offensive coordinator's play calling. You know what I'm saying? It's not a secret. Like I said, even the dumbasses inside the goddamn Texans post on Facebook know this shit. You can look in there and see motherfuckers. Woo, you can look in that motherfucker no matter which one of they little posts that they put up there, because people post all kind of different shit now. It's in there. Bobby Sloyd. When I get off finished making this goddamn video, my ass right here on goddamn YouTube, I'm gonna watch the little post-game shits. I like to do my shit first, so that's why I started mine before the game even ended. I'm gonna see how many motherfuckers, these professionals, I like the professionals that cover the goddamn games and do these podcasts and all this other shit, former players and then the media people and all that shit. And you know what? They finna repeat exactly what the fuck I just said, because football ain't that goddamn complicated. If you're watching the goddamn games, you'll see what the fuck is wrong. Especially if you've played. I've played. I watch these goddamn games and I'm just like, hey, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. In the last couple of weeks, just like I watch these goddamn podcasts and motherfuckers watching the game. Most of them, some of them don't know what the fuck they be talking about. But most of them, same shit. They gonna point out the same fucking problems with the Texans that everybody else see. Play calling and whatever else is going on at the goddamn time. They gonna point it out. Everything I mentioned today is gonna be mentioned at some point tonight by one of these people, and I'm gonna feel justified. I like that. It's just like, okay, I feel good. I'm not a total dumbass. I know at least a little bit of what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that I saw. Okay, I saw it. Me and my blind ass looking at the TV screen. Okay, I saw that. Now the shit tonight with Fairbairn missing 2 field goals. This is inconsequential. You know what I'm saying? It's inconsequential because, I mean, even if he'd have made those 2 field goals, it's just, they would have lost anyway. You know what I'm saying? It changed the complexion of the game a little bit. But, yeah, they would have lost. They would have lost anyway. Because they couldn't move the fucking ball. When it got to the point where they had to throw the goddamn ball, they couldn't move it. And this is where my ignorance comes in. My ignorance comes in at this point for the simple fact that I can't see downfield on TV. So I don't know what the receivers are doing. All I see is either the quarterback getting pressured or the quarterback getting sacked. Sometimes I can see them make a throw upfield, but you can't see what's going on a lot of times when you're watching on TV. So you can't see you see when they run like a fucking replay or some shit like that, But during the actual gameplay, you can't see what the fuck is going on, and you only see that type of shit when, like if it's a penalty or some shit like that. So there's a void there in my knowledge of what went on in the game with the receivers. Could the receivers just not get open, or are they just that bad to where they can't get open on their own, or is it the route, or is it the actual routes themselves that are not conducive to the defense that they're going up against? Or just the execution of the offense by the quarterback themselves? Because you can't, alleviate the blame from him either, from CJ. I know everybody likes CJ or whatnot, but you just can't be like, well, CJ, you try to blame everybody but him. Nah, I watched him fuck off some throws. Like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? They got this thing. They put him up on this pedestal. They put CJ up on this goddamn pedestal, and that pedestal is starting to do. It's starting to do this shit right here. Still a capable quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but that pedestal ain't way the fuck up here anymore. He coming back down to earth with the rest of the quarterbacks, where he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a second-year quarterback. Everybody talking like he's the next best thing since sliced bread. No. You're a good quarterback. He proved that his rookie year that he's a good quarterback, but he ain't, he ain't up here. There's other quarterbacks up here. He ain't there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know whether to blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how shit goes. Everybody has they go up. Just look at Patrick Mahomes. This motherfucker got Super Bowls and shit. He's still a young quarterback. And, oh man, this year, he sucks. What they gonna do? He sucks. He sucks this year. Ain't no way around it. They winning games on defense. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, that should have turned around. He was up there, whoop. Now this season, he like, he kind of down here. You can't fuck around on him because he'll fuck you up. So you can't write him out. You got to keep doing what the fuck he's supposed to be doing. Yes, but he down here too. Everybody gonna get leveled out at some point. It's whether they climb back up. Now, with the Texans, I don't know if that shit is gonna happen. You talk about the tools and shit that we got. We'll see when Nico get back, but I don't see one player changing this shit. We get Nico back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the defense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the defense. But the fucking offense, oh man. Well, I am worried about the defense because they got a long rest period. So Will should be back because that did fuck off the game. I think I mentioned that earlier. That did kind of fuck off the game because there was no quarterback. The quarterback pressures dropped off dramatically once Will went out the game. Once Will went out the game, whoop. What happened to that? Everybody, the Nico Autry, I think the Nico Autry got some sacks this game. I think they was from the inside though. I think that was before he got hurt. But on the outside, oh man, it's just, man, I don't know. I always bring up my football, which doesn't really apply to these people, but because you can only be yourself. But loud ass but you got to see what you're doing compared to who you're replacing was doing? How can I emulate what he was doing? You know what I'm saying? I kind of match myself like that. Well, okay, what if I'm replacing somebody, or if I want to be as good as somebody? What is it they doing? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm behind them. If I'm going in the game and shit is working, I need to be able to do whatever it was that they were doing. Can't go in there doing my shit. My shit ain't gonna work like his shit. I need to go in there and be able to do what he was doing. Mimic. It's the same way why I was always able to living in my goddamn glory days again. But anyway, why I was always able to run people down. Well, first of all, I'm long as shit. But I was able to match footsteps. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. I can, run fast on my own. Yeah. But if I was chasing somebody, I would literally match their footsteps. I would try to make sure that my footsteps match their footsteps, but with a longer stride. Chase them down. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might not be physically capable of moving certain people like that. Not everybody, everybody built different and shit like that. So, but you have to have you gotta have some kind of effort to keep that pressure up. Because, but then again, motherfuckers is like that for a reason. If anybody could do it, everybody be doing it. You know what I'm saying? If everybody could do what Will Anderson does, then everybody be fucking doing it. So, I mean, you put somebody in there, but still, and I'm thinking that we should still be able to pressure, even with Will out, I'm thinking we should still be able to pressure Rodgers better than we did in the second half. You know what I'm saying? Better than we did in the second half. Because in the second half was just beautiful. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck is, what the fuck is Danielle Hunter doing over there? Is he still getting pressure? I mean, what the fuck are you doing with them big ass legs hanging out your goddamn sleeves, motherfucker? You supposed to be able to, if your arms that goddamn fucking huge, you supposed to be just off me. You know what I'm saying? I just like, this nigga got literally legs hanging out his goddamn arm sleeves. You shouldn't be chicken fighting with nobody. Man, get your funky ass off me. You know what I'm saying? My arms are that goddamn big. I just knock motherfuckers off to the side. Goddamn. How much goddamn weight you gotta lift to get yourself like that? A lot. A goddamn lot. Shit. I was very disappointed with the pass rush in the second half of that game. First half, I was like, yeah, the defense gonna hold up, and it's just whatever. We'll have our chance to make. Nah. Second half, Will Anderson out. Pass rush wasn't the same. It just wasn't. Pass rush wasn't the same. It was just like, they gonna. They gonna. I wouldn't be surprised to see some motherfuckers moving around after that. So we gotta get some more motherfuckers in here. Not no big names. They ain't gonna be able to afford no big names and shit like that. With the people they already got, and the people they already got, and the people that they gonna have to pay pretty soon, they ain't gonna be able to get no more big names in here. They not. What they got is gonna be what they working with in a few years. So they're not gonna be able to. You're gonna be dealing with some young players pretty soon, because they're gonna have to cut a bunch of veterans loose and have a bunch of young cheap players in there. And but I'm pretty sure the Texans are smart enough to know they gotta have that mix of players, veteran and young in there. You can't have all goddamn young. You just, you know what I'm saying? You can't have all young. You gotta have a mix in there. veteran and young players and shit, just for the professionalism of the fucking team in general. You know what I'm saying? To keep the young players, level headed and shit like that. That's veterans are good for that. They done been around the league fucking 10 years and shit like that. Ease motherfuckers in. Get stupid motherfuckers come in here at fucking 20, 21 years old. Motherfuckers is ignorant. They don't know nothing. They really don't. They don't know nothing. Most of them don't. They come in, especially like nowadays. It wasn't like when I was at Oregon State way back in the day. You goddamn seniors on the goddamn team was married, had kids, and all kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to say it was weird, but no, it's not weird. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers up there playing football, college football. By the time you graduate and shit, you 21, 22 years old. You done met your woman and you got kids and some of them that got married. So yeah, not everybody is like that when they get out of college. You know what I'm saying? They out of there and they the same as they was in high school because all they did was football. You know what I'm saying? So they hadn't, unless if there was no mentor programs and shit going on in the colleges and shit. They just get them in there for football, get them in there and get them out. They ain't really teach them shit. That's your parents' job, motherfucker. You play football here. You want to learn something, you go to class and let your parents teach you, because that ain't what we do here. Get in the NFL and then just fail because they don't know no better. Kind of like Johnny Manziel or fucking what's that fucking big fat ass dude quarterback, number 1 pick, Russell. I think his name was Russell. Whatever his name was, one from LSU. 2 motherfuckers that got into the goddamn league and just didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? No goddamn guidance at all. None. And they will tell you that at this point in life. They will tell you that shit. They no guidance at all. They came in and they didn't do shit. Didn't study it. I think both of them. I think I was, I watch YouTube a lot, and I think both of them, like they gave you little tablets and little shit like that, laptops or whatever the fuck they give you. They got all the plays and all that other shit on it. They give you that shit to study and stuff like that, and they monitor it. So whenever you open and close it or go through it or whatever the fuck, they know that you looking through it. So when you get it and don't do shit with it, they know that you didn't even open it. I think both of them had that shit. Like, you didn't even open the playbook at all. You didn't open the playbook not one time, not at all. How do you? And I'm like, okay, well, even as a team, if you know this, how the fuck did they even get in the game? How the hell do they practice? How the hell do you make it through practice if they not even looking at the playbook? How the hell did they even get into the goddamn game on a fucking Sunday and they hadn't even opened the playbook once? Coaching. It's part of the organization's fault that shit like that happens. That's why I always look up when I see shit. What's happening? And then I look to see if it's a player problem or a coaching problem. A couple of years ago, when Davis Mills was a starting quarterback, that whole goddamn team was a coaching problem. That team wasn't bad. It wasn't. The team wasn't bad. The coaches were horrible. You know what I'm saying? The coaches, all those players on those teams went to other teams and did shit, at least for a season. All the players we had, they left, they went somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Because they were all like backups and shit like that. So, but they all went somewhere and made the rosters and did shit. You seen them on Sundays on the highlights and shit like that during the games performing. Didn't do shit here. Coaching. Davis Mills. He's our backup quarterback now, but when he was starting, that offense we was running was horrible. It don't look much different than the shit we doing now. You know what I'm saying? It don't look much different than the shit we doing now. Fucking out routes and shit. Every goddamn play. 2-man routes. And dumb shit like that. The fuck you got 5 people back in the goddamn defensive backfield and you got a 2-man route. Of course ain't nobody open. Stupid. Why the fuck you keep running 2-man routes? And it's same kind of shit I'm talking about. Coaching. It's part of the organization. Organization monitor all kind of shit. How do you not see this? Motherfuckers scared to rock the boat? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, because I'm telling you right now, if everybody else is looking at this shit and analyzing shit like people in the NFL analyze shit, you ain't got to work. Ain't nobody coming to snatch Bobby Slowick. If somebody was going to come get him, last year was the year to do it. Ain't nobody coming to get him. Ain't no head coach. He might get some interviews for head coaching jobs out of protocol. Because they have to interview people and shit like that. Ain't nobody going to be considering him for a head coaching job for shit. After this season with the Texans, oh, hell no. You want Bobby Slowick as a head coach? Fuck you. Mr. Halfback Pass, Mr. Reverse. In the red zone, Mr. Run the Ball. One time too many? No, hell no. We good. We gonna let our backup quarterback call the fucking plays. That's what we gonna do. We just gonna let our backup quarterback call the fucking plays. Fuck it. We gonna. He played Madden a couple times about 5-6 years ago, so he good. He got all the experience we need. We don't need that motherfucker. I don't know, man. It's puzzling to me. Well, I was gonna say this is just one loss. It's not just one loss. It's 3 losses. But this game here is a loss. At least you can say it was a loss on the road against a undervalued team. You know what I'm saying? I can look at the Jets and now, as far as the defense, I don't know. I don't know the Jets defensive players and shit like that. But on the offense, they outclassed the Texans. They really do. They outclassed the Texans. You know what I'm saying? They said they had a boo-boo offensive line or some shit like that. I mean, they got a more savvy quarterback because he just is. Yeah, you can say whatever you want about C.J. Stroud, but fucking Aaron Rodgers is fucking Aaron Rodgers. He proved that. And you got Garrett fucking Wilson and fucking Devontae goddamn Adams. And you got at least 2 other decent receivers. And you don't really hear much about the tight end and shit, but I mean, they got one of those. I've seen one catch a pass. And you got 2 fucking running backs. You got 2 running backs. I mean, we got a running back. At this point, we have a running back. No receivers. Offensive line suspect. So you can't, I mean, if we ain't got no receivers or offensive line, a quarterback is pretty goddamn useless. We got a running back. So I'm able to look at the game and at least acknowledge that. You know, tonight the Jets were better on paper. It's a reason why why the Texans were underdog going into that. A lot of people didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm not one of those people that be looking at the +1 minus this. I don't even know what the fuck that shit mean. But I figured the Texans could win this game, and they could have, but I wouldn't write the shit off like a bunch of other people that the Jets just aren't a good team. They are not good, and that come from a bunch of the talking heads. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of that talk. There's a lot of people right now got their foot in their goddamn mouth. The Jets are just not a good team, and they hadn't been able to do. You think they was gonna suck forever? You know what I'm saying? Eventually they gonna get the shit together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes some help from the other team. You know what I'm saying? Like our fucking defensive end going down, which killed our pass rush, which is what disrupted the Jets to start with. You know, when Will Hunter went down there, what the fuck is Will Hunter? Now I'm doing what the other guys were doing on here, mixing them two niggas up. Now when Will Anderson went down, shit started going down here. Now when fucking Bobby Slowick called a goddamn halfback pass, shit was already going downhill. But at least they had a little bit of momentum. At that point, they had got to the point where, okay, we ain't gonna be able to really stop the Jets offense like we need to. You know what I'm saying? At least not reliably. But then you get down in the red zone, and then the halfback pass come, and now you kill your own fucking offensive momentum with some bullshit. You know how they go, because I think even before then, the offense killed his own momentum. All right, Laramie Tunsil, fucking penalty. Like that man, got an inner ear itch. God damn it. Excuse me. And I'm just like, want to get mad. I'm like, it's just the one. It's just the one. I'm not gonna go off. It's just the one. If you get one penalty out of goddamn Laramie Tunsil in the game, consider that a goddamn win. I don't even remember what it was. It was a false start. That's what it was. He was leaning. He was leaning before the goddamn play went. Yeah. Oh man. Sit your ass still, dude. This motherfucker. You that anxious, nigga? I think that killed some momentum we had. Did we get a first down or something after that? I don't know. But a bunch of weird shit. I figured a bunch of weird shit was gonna happen in this goddamn game. The goddamn Halloween game. They was saying that shit even before. They be like, you know, Thursday night games always have some stupid shit going on. You know what I'm saying? We had the motherfucker drop the ball, and then you got Kareem Fanberry missed 2 free throws, and Texans got. I think both teams got away with some bullshit calls. I don't even get mad. I see a bullshit call on the other side, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I just throw my hands up. I'm just like, yeah. Because eventually it comes back. The other team get a bullshit call. You either done already had one, or a bullshit call that's coming your way later. You're going to benefit from some shit that was like that fucking holding, defensive holding shit from Derek Stingley. You know, any of the announcers was like, You know, it's just like, he wasn't grabbing and pulling on the dude and no shit like that. It's just, like, the fuck are you doing, ref? You know, you keep that goddamn flag tucked up your ass. You're just looking for a reason to throw it. Just, come on now. Shit like that. I can't complain about shit like that because both teams get those. You know what I'm saying? You can get like a whole defensive holding or pass interference late in the game. You know, when shit start to matter, it's like, man, get the fuck out of here, because that's the biggest penalty you can get is pass interference. I think they ought to negate that. Well, you can't. You can't negate this shit because if you try to take it down to a 10, maybe a 15-yard penalty, then you'll just have motherfuckers just getting laid out. You know what I'm saying? Anything downfield, you just be like, you know what? Fuck you. Take the 15 yards. You ain't. I'd rather give up that goddamn 15 than this fucking 50 you was about to bust my ass with. You know, that type of shit. So yeah, whatever. And really much you can do with that. It's like that for a reason, I guess. Yeah, because it's definitely a way to abuse that. Y'all get sleepy now. I done talked too goddamn much. And I done probably said everything 2 or 3 times already. Texans lost. I don't even know what the fucking final score was. I think they lost something to 13. 20 to 13 or some shit. And I will try not to be too disappointed by this. I just know that after this long rest they got the Lions coming up. They are going to lose. As you know, unless they do some weird ass shit at the fucking trade deadline, which I don't see happening, they would have to make some kind of move that didn't nobody see coming. And for what, I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who the fuck you get in here. You can get Jerry Rice back up in here. It ain't gonna do you no good in the receiving corps with Mr. Man calling the plays, because ain't nobody finna get the ball. So it don't matter. Bobby Slower calling the plays. It don't matter who you got at receiver up in this motherfucker. With him calling the goddamn plays. Yeah, that's about it, man. Shit. I'm sitting there thinking. I'm like, I don't know what they could do. Because you know, you're talking about shoring up the offensive line. Well, if they gonna do that, I mean, they'd have to replace multiple people on the offensive line. It ain't just one motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know, it ain't just one person on the offensive line. You'd have to replace that goddamn, at least half of that goddamn unit, if you want to see some significant improvement there. Replace them with what? It ain't offensive linemen just sitting around waiting. Well, they are offensive line just sitting around waiting to play, but it ain't no good ones. You ain't just finna go sign no good offensive lineman off the goddamn street that's been sitting around waiting to sign with somebody. Then receiver, like I said, it don't really matter with receiver, because the way Bobby Slowick is calling the fucking offense at this point, it just don't matter. I don't see what opportunities are coming for the receivers. I don't. I feel bad for them, because I'm pretty sure all those guys thought, okay, this is the time that we gonna get up in here, be able to, we're gonna get some catches, we're gonna prove everybody we can play, blah 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 blah, and then the game come, nothing. I didn't hardly see, like I said it, I see no targets. I ain't hardly see no targets. Let me see who's let me see. Go to the home page. Got all this shit on my goddamn. Get off my goddamn screen, son. I'm not watching none of that. And I think this is who is this? Texans today. Yeah, there's a bunch of post game shit already. There's a bunch of post game shit already going. It's like, oh man, it's gonna be some shit talking tonight. It's gonna be. I don't even know if I want to hear it, man. I really don't. I don't even know if I want to hear it. All right, this thing hit 4 hours. God damn, what the fuck? Is this the whole game? 4 hours, 44 minutes, and it's still going. Oh, somebody must have had a game watch stream where they was streaming, watching the game, and then yeah, I don't want that shit on my goddamn screen. I don't want it. I'm looking for something in particular, but week 9 Thursday night. Yeah, it's gonna be it's plenty of stuff down here, but it's from a bunch of people that I ain't familiar with. I don't want to watch everybody's post game shit, and I don't see any from. You know what? I closed all my notifications. I might have closed the ones I was looking for. Let me refresh this shit. Refresh. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm just gonna. So at this point, it's on to the next week. It's on to the next week. I'm not gonna. I can't concern myself with this too much because I'm not affiliated with the goddamn Texans, and I don't get paid by them motherfuckers either. So I can't get too upset when they fucking, fuck off a game or some shit like that. It ain't the end of the goddamn world, I know for sure. But the problems I'm seeing is not player problems, like I said. But that's it. That's what I'm seeing. I can't see everything. Bobby Slowick. Bobby Slowick. Baby, I mean, after this season, but you are definitely, if he wasn't on the hot seat, he on that motherfucker now. Like right now, after the game, goddamn, D'Amico Ryan should be trying to say something that don't sound all homo and shit. He should be whooping his ass right now. I guess should have. Like I said, that's why I can't be in charge of nothing, because I get in trouble like for real. I grew up way back in the day when you could whoop motherfuckers' asses. You can't do that shit nowadays. Everybody too wimpy for that. So you can't go around whooping everybody's ass. Yeah, here we go. Everybody complain. Everybody gonna be complaining, like everybody gonna be bitching and moaning like they did after that fucking Green Bay game. Oh man, the Green Bay game was bad. Oh, if anybody followed anything after the Green Bay game, y'all know if you was on YouTube or anywhere, and motherfuckers was like, the sky's fucking falling. The sky's fucking falling. Green Bay was a good team. Jets. Well, you know what? Jets are not a bad team. They got a bad record, but they going through some growing pains right now. You don't want to be, well, I mean, shit. You don't want to be on the you don't want to be on the other side of the Jets offense when shit start clicking. They got too many fucking weapons over there. I can admit that. I don't even have to admit that. It's blatantly obvious. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at it like, man, they stacked in every goddamn position. You know what I'm saying? They stacked in every goddamn position. Luckily, they didn't score fucking, luckily your defense was good, at least for a half. And decent the second half stuff. I mean, the DBs got burnt, which put the game out of fucking reach. But other than that, they had them in third and they had them on third and whatever the fuck. Made them had to convert third downs and shit like that. Bam, bam, bam. They was stopping them, and then fucking off third downs. Like, the first down is right here. You know when they get ready to throw the goddamn ball, right the fuck there. It's just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, I'm finna try to find something to watch and get me something to drink because my goddamn throat is dry. Give me a cough drop too. I will catch y'all on the next Talking Texans, which won't be for a while from now, which is probably a good thing.